back, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Likeable Figures. And you know we here to see you do better and be better. My name is Major Walla, and today in this episode, we're going to be going over something that I feel like everyone needs to know. But you definitely need to know this if you are looking into or trying to repair your credit or improve your credit score, because this book of law is the weapon you need to defend yourself. Stay tuned. Wait, something isn't right. I need more branding.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Now, let's get into the video. Today, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the FTCA. This is the book of law that you need to defend yourself against those pesky debt collectors. Now, the FTCA is a federal law that provides limitations on what debt collectors can do when trying to collect on those debts that you may or may not have. The FTCA has a lot of different violations that the debt collectors most likely will violate. The most common is the harassment that they give to the consumer. When I'm speaking of harassment, I'm talking about calling you at all times or hours of the night, calling you several times back to back, or even just making your phone ring throughout the week over a certain amount of time. And do you have debt collectors calling you about credit card debt, medical bills, student loans, mortgages, or any other household type goods? The FTCA is the weapon that you need to defend yourself against these people. You're not lost in the sauce. You do have rights that you can exercise. And luckily, today in this episode, we're going to be going over the entire book of the FTCA. So, you might want to get your pen out and take some notes, because something in this video might just help you get something deleted off your credit report and stop those harassing phone calls. Now, let's get into it. One of the important things that the FTCA talks about is about the harassing or abuse that you may receive from debt collectors. It's talk about false or misleading errors that debt collectors placed on your credit report. It talked about the unfair practices that they try to implement when they're trying to collect this debt. Because if you leave it up to them, it's by any means necessary to collect this debt. And when you playing with people that are collecting debt to earn a paycheck, trust me, they will do anything to collect that money from you. Now, you want to make sure that every debt is validated. This book of law talks about validating every debt. No matter if you know it's yours, or you think it's not yours, or it's someone else's, or it's wrong, you want to make sure that this debt is validated. So, I suggest that you grab your credit reports right now. I'll give you a second. Okay. Now, since you got your credit reports, you want to go through every single item on your credit report. You want to use this letter right here. I'll put a link to this letter down in the description. Use this letter to validate everything on your credit, even if you know it's yours. Everything that you're trying to make sure is accurate. Use this letter to validate it, because that's one of your rights. Everything must be true and accurate. And what's not accurate, get it deleted, because that's another right that you have. Everything that's placed on your credit report must be 100% accurate. You want to know what the legal actions of a debt collector, because they just don't have free reign to do whatever they want to do. Trust me, this book of law is going to show you that you have more fight in you than what the general public will assume that they have. It's going to talk about civil liabilities. So if you find error, you are entitled to dollars, because if you have been penalized for the errors that was on your report and it wasn't yours, someone made a mistake. With them making a mistake, you can go after them and collect civil liability from their mistakes. This is a very interesting book of law. This is the number one book of law that credit repair companies use, that debt consolidating companies use, that lawyers use to fight for their client. One of my favorite statutes of law because it helps me get the results for my client. So, and that's all I'm about. That's what I'm about. I'm about getting results to make other people's lives a little bit much easier. The more you get deleted, the more you can get added, the more you can qualify to get added. But you have to clean up the dirty stuff before you can implement the clean stuff and the new good stuff. But I wouldn't prefer or refer anyone to just start adding new accounts on top of old dirty stuff that may or may not be inside your credit report. So in the FDCPA is what's going to help you get a lot of that nasty old debt that's on your report. It's going to help you get it off. It's going to help you get these things deleted. It has a lot of information in it that can help a lot of different people, because one thing about it, we all can benefit from it and we all can be harmed by it, by the lack of not knowing. So this is Likeable Figures. I thank you for tuning in. Tell your friends about Likeable Figures. See, Likeable Figures. It's right there on the shirt. I want you to make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And if you get a chance, go through the catalog and watch some more of the other videos, because there might be something more that can help you, because that's what we're here for. We're here to see you do better and be better. I'm Major Wala. I thank you for watching again, and peace.